4 seasons lost. In Austin, I saw, pause, my eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking to revive. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and rating the grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom, the truth is what you can see, and that's what we do here on the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and man, what a weekend it was for NFL football, a bunch of great games, World Cup scores, some hockey, so we had the full slate for college and professional this weekend. Well, not that many great college basketball games. We're really not in the thick of it right now, and we'll start covering more and more of that as college football season is over with, because we feel like let's give college football its complete due until everything is pretty much over, as far as all the, after this coming couple weeks. And then basketball season really starts in January. I mean, that's when tournament league play starts. That's when, or conference play, whatever you want to call it, starts. That's when basketball really starts. So we're going to be looking forward to going and kind of giving OU and OSU the props that they need, kind of giving us, I'll be giving because I've had a full look at both of the teams, being able to give a good analysis of both. And then, of course, the Thunder, we'll talk about that in a minute. They lost. We're now 2-2. We won 2 in a row and then lost 2 in a row. So we'll talk about the Thunder and what they've done thus far. And then, of course, they play the Mavs tonight to end their 5-game road trip. And then, of course, Wednesday night, I think it's the start of our 7-game homestand. We have, I can't even see my thing here. Looks like Minnesota, and I'll talk about that more. Excuse me, it's Miami. We have Miami, Minnesota, Memphis, Portland, which I hate when they do that, and then the Pelicans, and then, of course, the Spurs. So we have a 7-game homestand coming up, and I, strongly recommend people go to those games, and it's going to be fun to watch. By the way, tonight's game, we will be at Cat's Tavern tonight doing the live post-game analysis from Cat's tonight. So I said last week that I will let you know kind of where we're going to be, and this has been kind of in the works for a little bit. And if you guys want to come and be on the show, you can. We'll have an extra microphone set up for those of you who want to come out and sit down with me and watch the game with me, and then give your analysis afterwards. You'll be more than welcome to do that, because, like I said, I will have an additional microphone set up for you to sit there and talk with me about what you thought the game was and what happened with the Thunder, and you can kind of give your analysis there as well. So that's going to be exciting. Looking forward to that tonight. So speaking of the Thunder play tonight, which is going to be an interesting. I have the Thunder schedule right here. I don't know Matt, what are you doing? But anyway, the Thunder game tonight, we play the Mavs, who are 13-13. We are 11-15, and the Mavericks are a 8.5-point favorite. I think my guy Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com has the game at 8. He tends to buy past the half a point because he really doesn't like that half a point. So I think he has on his deal, he has the Mavericks -8, who he picked to win this game. But anyway, Thunder plus 8.5, over under 228.5. And we'll go over the Thunder stats of what we think that the Thunder should be doing right now, because I like what the Thunder are doing team-wise. That's not what I'm looking for. Here are Thunder stats thus far this year. And what I did is, before I just had the Thunder stats. So what I thought was interesting this weekend, I started looking at the different ways that, what are the Thunder doing? What are they giving up? What are the opponents doing? Why are we where we are right now in our record? So I looked at it. The Thunder are averaging 115.8 points per game, giving up 117.6. Now that puts us at, I believe we're at sixth in amount of points scored per game, sixth or seventh, but we're like 28th in the amount of points that we give up, and that's got to play. That's almost a whole 2 point difference in winning and losing. That's a huge amount. Field goal percentage, the Thunder at 46%. The opponents at 46.9. Our 3 point percentage is 34%. Our opponents at 35.7. And you remember one of my keys that I keep up there every game that I do is not allowing open shots. So you can see when we go in and win it and we're keeping games close, we're cutting down on the shooting percentage of our opponents. Assists, the Thunder 24.3, and giving up 24.9. But we do rank first in turnovers by our opponents averaging 17 turnovers a game. So the Thunder are doing a good job of that. Assist turnovers 14.2, and remember, you want to be almost a 2-for-1. So I'd like our assists to be up more like 28 or 27 and drop back down to 13, because we have raised our turnovers up from 13, which we were at quite some time, to 14.2. So we need to really work on that. But you can see right now where we're at as a team, because part of what we want to do here at the Unpopular Hour is educate you more about what the Thunder are doing, how good they are, what are their deficiencies, what can we get better at, how do we move up from at the bottom, which is where we were, up to one of the top teams. So we're slowly, as you can see, making that climb. And with SGA playing the way SGA is playing, that's really helping us. But when you look at this, 115 points a game, sixth, 28th in amount of points that we give up. So that's one thing. We're going to have to play better defense, and we need to get that 3-point percentage down for our opponents, and ours need to go up. We need to be around 40, low 40s, and if we can keep them at 35 and us be about 40-something, then that will really change. But, two things we're missing, and we were missing last year, and we talked about this, is that we have to have 3-point shooters, guys who can put the ball in the hole, and then we have to be able to have some sort of inside presence so that we can dominate the paint. Those are things that we definitely need. Assists, like I said, if we can average 3 to 4 more assists a game, I think that will help. Even if we stay where we are at 14 turnovers, I think that will make a huge difference for the Thunder and what we can do. So that being said, I'm excited about what we're doing. We do have a big game tonight against the Mavs. I think that we have a chance to win here. I'm going to give you my Thunder keys to the game for us to get a W tonight. Like I said, these are the first two are things that I'm going to have every time until we can get this done on a consistent basis, is get off to good starts. And that has everything to do with our coaching staff and who we start for the quarter. Because a lot of times you get the wrong guys starting for a quarter, you get down, and then you just cannot recover. And those are things you just can't afford to do. You really, you can't do that. We need to limit their open looks. Once again, we've been doing a better job of that, hence the 35% shooting percentage, but there are games that we allow them to shoot way too many, and those are games that we get beat. And like I said, we need to knock that down, their shooting percentage down to around 33. And then tonight we have to keep Luka out of the paint, because what Luka is a master of is of being able to attack the paint. We collapse. He kicks it to his shooters on the three-point line, and they just kill us from three. So when we do beat them and when we are successful in defending and playing them close, we keep Luka out of the paint. And then when their shooters do catch the ball, we have a hand up in their face, and we don't allow them to get open looks. So if we can keep him out of the paint and limit their open looks, I think that the Thunder will have a very, very good chance of beating Dallas. And we play them well anytime, always. And then most importantly, I think our bench needs to step up. Because if you'll look at what we have been doing in the past as far as the last few games, SGA is doing his thing. Josh has been getting better, but SGA, the last two games, our two losses, he didn't do double figures in field goals made. And I've said this before. When he gets around 10, 11, uh, shots made per game or shots made, then we are fantastic. But when he is under double figures in shots made, which means he struggles making shots in the paint, when that happens, we struggle. Because what happens is once SGA goes in there and he starts scoring and knocking down shots, it frees everybody else up to be more free as far as not pressing and feeling like, oh, I got to make a shot, or I got to do this. Because when the Thunder gets in trouble, and like we did the other night, one of the keys I had to the game against the Cavaliers, when you get down, do not start shooting threes. And guess what we did? We started shooting threes. And it's bad when the Thunder radio host is talking about us taking bad shots. They never talk bad about the Thunder. And that's the one thing that if I have a gripe about the Thunder, that's the one thing that I have an issue with them, is that they don't educate our fans. They don't give you a good analysis of what's happening in the game. They are strictly homers. They go over the top about we're being cheated and we're this and we're that. I believe that you educate the people. And, we do get bad calls. I mean, I can't tell you the number of times I've been sitting up in the stands, and I'm like, are you kidding me? And people are like, oh, that was a foul. I said, that wasn't a foul. That wasn't a foul. We did not. That was a foul on us. That was a foul. That's what happened. It was an idiotic play. But if the fans are more educated, then that tends to help them understand what happened during the damn game. So, that being said, what's up, my brother? You know what's happening? My guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com.
Yes, sir. How you doing today?
Doing good. Just doing a little Thunder recap of this weekend, and we have the big game against the Mavs tonight, and then I'm going to go to Cats and do the live remote post-game analysis show from Cats tonight, since it'll be nice and calm. Can't do it on the weekends because it's crazy, and karaoke and stuff like that. So Monday's a
I didn't hear from you much this weekend. You must have been on the low.
No, had a full weekend. When this was our second week of the league at Santa Fe, so trying to make sure that all the teams were happy, everybody was where they were supposed to be. It's just the first 2 weeks are always just, there people griping. Oh, this team is better. Yes, that's the first 2 weeks. We have to let teams play so we know what teams. You know how those teams are. They're in rec league. Yep. Why are you in rec league? You're up 40-2. Why are you in rec league? Oh, because you want to win. Just no, you're going up here and then, our guy Gary Vick, he put this one team, they were in rec. He put them in rec in a year up. He goes, you want to be in rec? Okay, here you are. You're in rec or you're up. You're high. If you want to be in rec, here you go. Get your teams better. Don't beat the crap out of people. So that's a little funny. But how about the Lakers last night, bro?
Yep, another W.
Hey, now what is you and Randy's bet now?
It's who's gonna win more games, the Thunder or the Lakers.
Well, where's it at right now? The Thunder have more wins than the Lakers. Or they're pretty even.
I think they may have one more than the Lakers.
I know Thunder have 11.
11 what the Lakers got. 12.
Yeah, maybe it's one more. They're right there together. I know that.
They're close.
See,
I got it right here in front of me. So the Lakers are 11 and 15.
Thunder 11 and
15.
15. Yep.
So we're all tied up.
What's the commander, bro?
That's looking like a day at the Frosty Mug for me.
Our commander hadn't texted us a lot lately. What's the deal? Has he been on a hiatus? What's this up, bro? He hadn't been hitting us up, Drew.
What's that?
The commander hadn't hit us up lately. What's up, man?
Oh, he's been MIA. I think he went to Denver and got lost. Got lost down on Cherry Street, wandering around or something. I don't know what happened to him.
Denver's.
I know he went out there for a Terry Miller's deal.
Yeah, Terry for Hall of Fame. Yeah, his Hall of Fame induction. Yeah, that's a good deal. I was happy for Terry.
Well deserved.
Yep, definitely. Too long coming. Too long coming in that. NBA scores last night, Drew. How about those Suns, man? And the Pelicans, dude. Pelicans, back-to-back. Pelicans got them.
Yep. The Pelicans are playing well right now.
Dude, Zion is just, did you see him was that Bridges that he just stuck his shoulder into and just, man.
What'd you think about him doing the 360 dunk?
Yeah, I was going to
25 or whatever.
They were up 9, and and then Rudy Gobert did the same thing against the Jazz, like the same night. It was just, I mean, dude,
Mm-hmm.
you're up 9 points. You don't score. What? Remember, Baisley got killed for
Yep.
the same thing. Remember, against the Lakers, or
Yep.
was it against the Bullets? I mean, Bullets. I'm sorry, the Wizards. The Bullets.
The Wizards.
Maybe it was against. Well, let me see.
The Bullets.
That had to be the. No, it was the Rockets. Russell's first time back, and basically goes down there and dunks, and Russell just jumps all in his face. And it's like Zion was like, "Well, I had a bad game, and they had killed us before." And I'm like, dude, still, there's no excuse for that. You've been doing that since you were
No.
elementary school. When you're up and the game's over, you don't
He's a
score any
dookie.
points in.
He's a dookie. He don't know no better.
Hey, either that or he had some points on it. Or his cousin did.
Yeah, exactly.
Cousin did, So something like that may have happened. But yeah, that's just class. And then Rudy Gobert did the same thing. He was underneath the basket. They passed to him. He just dropped it in there. His ex-teammates were all up in his grill, which they should have. Come on, man. You know better than that. That ain't cool. You don't do that. So,
Yep.
Anyway, the Hornets, Sixers. How about Embiid and 50 last night?
Yeah, what did he have? 38 and 50 the last two games. So almost 90 points in the last two games for the Lakers.
Something crazy. Kings and Knicks, those Knicks 112, the Kings 99. The Knicks, man, that's two in a row for them.
Yeah, their defense is actually playing pretty well. They're holding these teams down that normally score quite a few points down. They held the Hawks down under 105 the other night, and then they had to hold the Hornets down to under 100.
Yep. And then the Lakers took everything to beat the Pistons. That's a sad commentary.
Your boy from the corner.
That ain't
Bingo.
my boy.
That's your boy.
That ain't my boy.
I mean, I see he has a fond place in your heart.
Is that what we're going with?
Was that 2 game winners this year?
I wouldn't know. Well, that tells you can't shoot. You know why that is? Your worst shooters go to the corner.
Well, hey, because that's the only place he's going to get the ball if he goes there and stands by himself.
Yeah, well.
I mean, it's not like they're going to give it to him coming down the floor. Go create his own shot.
That's facts. He can't create his own shot anyway. Raptors and the Magic 111, Raptors 99.
That's a bad loss for the Raptors.
Yeah, it was. But it was at Orlando.
Right.
And let's say Paulo was just running away with the Rookie of the Year. It's not even up for discussion. And those Hawks, what a game that was. Did you see that?
Yeah,
and they went back and forth. I mean, how about Trey being
a great game?
How about Trey being 4 for 8, 4 for 19, and he makes his last shot, goes 5 for 20.
How about the Lakers Friday night? Have 2 chances. Lakers Friday night had 2 chances to beat the Sixers
from the line.
Can't make a free throw.
AD's first miss.
They go 2 out of 4 in the last 18 seconds.
Yeah.
Just need to make 1.
And AD's that was his first miss, his only miss of the game.
Yeah.
He seals the game if he makes that. I mean, that was frustrating. I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
Now Austin Reeves, I can give him a pass because you know what I'm saying, Drew. I'm gonna give him a pass. I'm not giving Anthony Davis a pass. You've been in that situation how many times? I know I've probably been in that situation probably 15, 20 times. He's been in there 120 times or 130 times at least,
yeah.
You know?
And I knew they'd get throttled in overtime too, which they did.
It was just crazy. The Bucks, how about getting beat by the Rockets? Which is a worse loss? The Raptors and Magic or the Rockets Bucks?
Oh, I'd have to say the Bucks losing to the Rockets. Rockets are pretty bad.
Yeah, I think you're right on that.
Bucks coming off a big win though, and against the Mavericks Friday night.
Yeah, they did, didn't they? That was a huge win.
Yeah.
I
don't really like Oklahoma City in this spot tonight playing the Mavericks down there.
But you know what though? I just talked about that. If we can keep Luka out, and we played them tight, but if we can keep Luka out of the paint, and we can limit their open looks, we're gonna be fine, and we keep them close. But it's just when he starts going and yo-yoing and doing what he does, and they start rolling, and then the AAC starts jumping. It's just crazy, dude. It's crazy.
Now, Has Dallas played since they got beat Friday night, or did they play Saturday or Sunday?
I don't think they played. I think they were. Well, let me see.
I
Did
don't think
they?
they did it.
I don't know if they played or not,
I
Drew.
can look real quick. I don't think they have, which is kind of why I liked them tonight. Being if that's a first game back since it getting beat by the Bucks. Dallas should be better than 13-13.
Yeah, they should be. That's
No,
just.
they got beat. They losers 2 in a row. They got beat
Ooh.
Saturday night by the Bulls.
Ooh.
115. They've lost 2 games by a total of 2 points. They've got beat 106-105 and 115 1. Oh, hold
114.
on. They got beat by 30 Saturday night.
30?
144 to 115.
Oh,
30.
they're not going to be.
Now they come home to play Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I might have to rethink that. They're gonna be kind of angry. They're gonna be angry. Tonight you got the Heat at the Pacers. Who do you like in that?
Yeah, I like the Heat there, laying the 3. Pacers aren't very good. Heat should be able to shut them down on defense too. So that looks like a winnable game for the Heat.
But it just
as long as everybody's playing.
But you never know which Pacers team's gonna show up.
Yep.
I mean, they're
or
a really
team,
huh? Or which Heat? Exactly.
Which Heat team.
It's just, I mean, they're either really good or really, really bad. The Nets at the Wizards. This should be another W for the Nets. They're slowly sliding in there. Kyrie and KD both had 30 the other night.
Yeah, and I like the over in that game too. Though both those teams should score some points in that game. KD's going to come out and try to shoot a bunch and put points on the board.
I'll tell you what, Blake Griffin's been playing pretty good, man. He's been getting some playing
I didn't even know he was still in the league until the other night.
Yep, he's been playing for Brooklyn. He's been doing pretty good. I was pretty happy for him. I'm like, man, okay, Blake, way to go. I'm glad to see you're still there. Hawks.
What is he now? What is his 13th or 14th
it's
year
like
in the
it's got to
league?
be 14, man. 13, 14.
Yeah.
His body is just beat up, Drew. He was so physically dominant for 7, 8 years probably, and his body just you can't maintain that level of physicality at 6'8", 6'9". Hawks and Grizzlies.
Oh man, I like the over. I think 8's way too many for the Grizzlies, so I'm on the over tonight in that game.
Yeah, especially at home. But the Grizzlies play at home, but the Hawks, nice win. They'll be flying sky high with a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and they cut that back to back. There was a late night game on Sunday night last night, but which may hurt their effort on the defensive end.
Hey, Drew, how do you it's point one? How do you catch it in air, turn, then shoot it, then the thing goes up?
That there at least has to be 0.3 or 0.2 on the clock?
No, well, I know it's probably 0.1, 0.9 in it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of just 1 second, it probably was just a little bit less than 2 because he caught it, turned, then let it go, then the horn went off. So there had to be more than 1 second for him to be able to do all that. That just seems like a lot of time. So,
Starbucks. But can you start feeding?
Drew's ordering from Starbucks. That was funny. Then, of course, the Thunder and the Mavs, and we had just discussed that, how he likes the Mavs tonight. But and I agree, after them losing a couple row, getting blown out, getting the Thunder at home, that's going to be – plus it's kind of like a little rivalry between us and them, especially when we were both playoff teams. There's kind of like a little rivalry going there, us being so close, Dallas and Oklahoma City.
Sorry about that, Matt. I had to get a little afternoon juice.
I know. I started laughing. Cavaliers and Spurs. Who do you like? The Cavs.
I like your
the
boys,
Cavs
the
are at the Spurs. They're at the Spurs, by the way.
I still like the Cavaliers. Spurs are a dumpster fire.
Yeah. Can you believe they had lost that many games? They were 1-16 in November.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
They've just fallen apart.
I mean, I can't remember when was the last time a Popovich team was getting their butts handed to them that
You think
bad.
he's going to retire pretty soon?
Well, him and the owner aren't getting along very well, so,
They're saying that he retires, you may have the first female head coach in the NBA.
Yeah, well, she's been there a while, so the guys are used to her. I don't think you can do that just on any team. They're used to having a female there.
What are you going to do if you're going to go out and try to get free agents? Are they going to cop to that?
I just think it's hard to have a woman head coach in the NBA and even college. I just think that's a difficult ask.
Well, just in any men's prominent sport. I mean, let's be honest.
I agree. It's so hard to do, Drew. I agree with you. It's just really, really, really hard. And there are qualified women out there. There's no question.
Oh, sure.
About that. But I just think, man, that would be hard for me to even, and I love women. I'm not a biased person. I'm not a misogynist. I don't care about, you know what I'm saying? I don't have a gender deal going, oh, well, you're a woman, I'm not going to listen to you. I don't know. It would just kind of, I don't know. I mean, depending on how good and what her game plans are and speeches, I think it would I give her a chance?
Do you want straw?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I would give her a chance, but I don't, that would be a tough one for me to do. Wolves at the Blazers.
And that's a sneaky little game. This is the second time they played in 3 days. I kind of like it's 4. It's sitting at 4. Seems like a lot, but the T-Wolves have been so up and down this year. I don't know which T-Wolves team's going to show up. Right?
Yeah.
You think that they probably have the better team, but Portland's kind of a tricky matchup for the T-Wolves because they match up well with them. Guard-wise and down in the paint. So I'd probably lean taking the T-Wolves into 4 points, but if I put a gun to my head, I'd probably take the Portland Trailblazers money line.
Say if it was
the money line, just take the Blazers to win.
And just move on with it, huh? How about the Celtics? How pissed off you think they're going to be against the Clippers tonight?
Hey, how funny is that? Warriors just own them.
Own them.
Yeah. They came out and they look like deer in the headlights from the start of the game, and then whatever switch got flipped in the Warriors, they need to play like that all year.
They can't play like that.
No,
they can't play like that. And Drew, a lot of it has to do with how it is. And sometimes it's the team that you're playing. You know that it's just.
I kind of like the Clippers tonight, but I just refuse to bet on the Mets.
You're just not gonna let that go, are you?
I won't. I'm not going to do it. I have rules. I don't bet on the Redskins or the Duke Blue Devils or the Clippers.
None of those, huh?
Nope. But I would probably take the Clippers plus 3.5 points tonight if I wasn't a Laker fan. So
really,
I think you know as well as I do what happens when you hang out in LA for 2 days.
It gets ugly
between games. Yeah,
you're
by the pool. You're calling your buddies. I mean, Clippers sitting in wait. I like the Clippers tonight plus 3.5.
Oh, you say the Clippers? Is that what you said?
The Mets.
The Mets. The Jets. The Jets Mets.
Freaking Jets, man. They played. Did you see that yesterday? That quarterback got cut in half. Wow.
Milano. Oh, my God, dude. I haven't seen an injury
report yet today, but he's got to have some abdominal injuries, broken ribs.
They said he's playing, Drew.
Wow.
They said he's playing. Yeah. I mean, Milano just, oh, my, dude, he hit him and then let him go. Just think if he'd have still had the ball.
So I have good news on my fantasy football front.
Okay.
A little segue here. I had to win yesterday to get into the playoffs, and I got blown out. But I picked up the old backdoor entry, and the guy in front of me got beat too, and I beat him out in points, so I'm in the playoffs. Watch out.
Who were you?
Dez caught it is in the playoffs.
Dude, who were you playing on your team yesterday for you to get blown out?
Oh, dude, let's just think about who all I had. I had a squad too. I had Josh Allen, I had Jalen Waddle, I had Saquon Barkley, I had Pickens from the Steelers. I had Hunt from the Chiefs. Not Chiefs,
you mean
Browns. I had the Baltimore defense. I had Dallas's kicker. I got nothing out of anybody.
You got nothing.
Allen, I think, scored like 30 points. Saquon had like 5 yards rushing.
Yeah.
I don't think Waddle caught a ball.
He was not. I think he caught one. I think he had one.
Anyway, so I backdoored into the playoffs. I'm gonna get to play our favorite attorney next week, so it's gonna be on.
I'm gonna love to see that. Man, I tell you this. Speaking of playing on World Cup scores, Croatia and Brazil 1-1, and then Brazil just I don't know, penalty shots with them. They're usually one of the best
Donk.
in the world. Just unbelievable. Hey, the pole is a part of it. You got to get it
It
inside of
is.
it, and
Man,
it was
what a
unbelievable.
great game that was. When did Croatia become a power in
Well, they've
soccer?
been good, but it's just you get lucky and you get a couple things go your way. Hey, it matters. And then of
Yep.
course the Argentina beat the Netherlands the last time in penalty kicks. How about that?
Yep.
2 World Cups in a row, and then Morocco
Yep.
and Portugal. What a huge controversy that was. Do you know the referee was from Argentina, Drew? The referee
Man,
was
soccer. That's why I try not to
yeah,
gamble on soccer.
yeah, and the Portugal guys were going nuts. I mean, every single call went against them. And remember, Argentina played the day before, so this guy knew Argentina was in. How
Right.
about that? And
Uh,
then, of course, France is that was a great
if you
match
get a
between them and
chance, you
England.
need to watch. Have you watched that Netflix special on FIFA?
Oh yeah, it's just FIFA is just
Wow.
oh dude, they are
If
just
you're gambling on
corrupt.
soccer, watch that, and you'll never gamble on soccer
No,
again.
it is one of the most corrupt organizations, if not the corrupt organization ever. They are terrible, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they're horrible. Why do you think
I mean,
Qatar has it?
they rallied the 19 early 70s NBA.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. It was pretty corrupt back then, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. Or the ABA. But then, what you got? The thing I look at, you got Argentina and Croatia tomorrow at 1 o'clock. So right
I
when
have
we
to
come
watch
on,
that. I'm gonna figure out a way to watch that. I'm actually supposed to be out with some fellas tomorrow and try and drum up some business, but I got to figure out a way. Maybe we can do a working lunch and watch a little bit of that game.
yep. And then you got France against Morocco Wednesday at 1 o'clock, and that's gonna be, you know,
I'll take France and Argentina. We'll hook them.
and then Messi for his historic last world event, he wins the World Cup. Or the question is, or does France go back to back? That's going to be
France
the
and
key.
Argentina be a hell of a final.
Yep, and France going back to back. Well, that's a huge thing. We have to go check out how many times that has happened. So, that being said, we want to thank our sponsors.
You got to figure it's probably happened a few times with Brazil and Germany.
Well, Brazil has 5.
And, yeah.
I think France has 4, I believe. So I think they tie Brazil for the most in the history of World Cup. I need to look at that and make sure, but I think that they are, I think they're both right in there together with that. But yeah, I agree with you, Drew. What a crazy thing that would be if we could do that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But then as far as paying sponsors, we want to thank Collaborative Logic. And for their help with us. And by the way, Drew, I talked to him. You guys got to get together.
Yeah, I got his number. I'm gonna try to hook up with him this week sometime.
Yeah, because he's got us all hooked up, and so I'm excited about.
When are we starting our new? When are we gonna get back to being on site?
Well, I'm going to whatchamacallit tonight.
Oh yeah,
Cats.
we're going tonight. I can't go tonight.
Cats. Well, no, I'm doing the post game tonight. But we'll start back up this week. I'll be at.
You know what day? You just tell me when you're gonna be at Ned's.
That would
fried
be
chicken.
That's Thursday. Ned's Thursday.
That's what I'm talking about.
Is that what you're worried about?
We really got to get dialed in with Shannon too over at Flips and get us going over there too one day, once a month or something.
Yeah, or something over there. But is Shannon even there in the day?
Yeah. Well, he's not there during the day, but he can get us hooked up. I mean, between you and I, we probably know what the bartenders that are working.
Yeah. By the way, France has 2, Brazil has 5, Germany has 4, Italy has 4, Uruguay has 2. Argentina 2, France 2, England 1, and Spain 1. So that's who has all the World Cup victories right now. But anyway, SRB, if you want to contact my guy Mark Long for any surveying, planning, engineering, those are the guys to talk to. Oak Grove Trucking, and our guy Jose Fierro. And yes, I do have your shirt, Drew. And then Greg
Jose, man, your boys played well yesterday. Your quarterback got killed, but your boys played well.
He did not know where he was at first. I mean, he ended up bouncing back out, but Drew, he didn't have a clue.
I mean, I thought they were going to bring out the priest.
Yeah.
Give him his last rites.
Dude, he actually, but you know what? Mahomes let him in the game with that
Yep.
interception, and that's what he did. You know, that's when they lost to uh, the Bengals. You know, when he starts getting loose and starts doing stupid stuff, it's like, man, what are you doing? You letting the other team back in. Greg
Yep.
and Max Nafee, and then last but not least, YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
Yep.
They are the bank that makes things happen. They're an equal
Yes,
house.
they are.
Yeah, you
Sorry
you
about that.
missed your point.
I
Yeah.
got the girls with me. I missed my cue.
Oh, okay. Clearly you didn't.
I got the babies with me. Say hi to Uncle Matt.
What's up, girls?
I'm getting tapped on my shoulder about every 5 seconds.
Of
So
course
sorry
you
about
are.
that.
Equal
Family
housing.
owned and operated since 1912. The bank that makes things happen.
They're an equal housing lender. Your mom and Randy gonna kill you for that. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. You can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. And we want to
Get
thank
down
them.
there and see Joe and Carolyn,
Yeah,
Randy.
yep. And we want to thank them for their sponsorships of our black and minority and women-owned businesses. In fact, we're doing our
Yes,
first
sir.
one tonight at Cats, women-owned businesses. We'll be at Georgia's tomorrow, black-owned business. And then we've got to go to a hair salon this week, and I'll know where that is. And, of course, Friday we'll be at Cutting Up, Drew's favorite place. Too bad he can't wear his Allen Iverson jersey because it's a little chilly for that right now. So
I could wear a long sleeve undershirt. Go old school.
yeah, well, this weekend, bro, it's gonna be 30 degrees. You better wear something else. It's gonna be a little chill this weekend.
It's gonna be cold. It's gonna be cold Friday.
Yep. And then how about Gio Reyna finally admitting that, because we were wondering why he wasn't playing for the USA soccer team. And Drew, dude, the coach was like, yeah, no. And I agree with Colin. I was listening to Colin today, Carhart, and he was like, "Boo, dude, treat American players like they do overseas. Oh, you got an attitude? I mean, put it like this: Ronaldo had an attitude with the coach. He sat him. That would never happen here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We would not do that. And they said, and they're like, yeah, no, we're not doing anything of that sort. You're not going to have any attitude. Oh, the commander finally spoke. He said, he goes, you two being an expert on soccer is like me having a goaltender. Dude, you did not have a goaltender. I already put you on blast last week about your goaltender, Commander Randy Wright.
He does have a goaltender.
He does not, Drew. Drew, he doesn't.
We should really go to him for goaltending expertise in hockey. Get him on with high stick
hockey
carry and soccer.
Have him on with Ben talking about it. Oh, I love that. By the way, we're gonna say this one thing. How about Mahomes' no look, whatever pass the hell that was, dude?
That's when I knew I wasn't winning fantasy, because I was playing that quarterback and he did that, and I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just like, dude.
No look, sidearm, 56-yard touchdown.
Stiff arm the big man to keep him getting tackled. You know, like they want to.
He makes Dak Prescott look like a junior college quarterback.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he? You know what's so funny is they want to give Jalen Hurts the MVP and all that. I'm like, Patrick Mahomes is the MVP. Y'all need to stop it right now. Jalen Hurts is having a good year. He's not the most valuable player.
Jalen Hurts is a system quarterback that can't throw the ball.
If you got to depend on Jalen to get, I'm sorry, but you know what? This is my thing. He's like LeBron and Michael Jordan. Every year, and Kobe. Every year, Kareem. Every year, they're the MVP. But it's always somebody else, Tiger Woods type thing. It's always somebody else coming up, but the one name that's always there is them.
Yep.
And you find a reason not to give it to them.
Did you already talk about the Dallas Cowboys?
We're about to get to the NFL. That was my next thing, is to talk about NFL Monday. We're going to talk about the game tonight. Then we're going to talk about your Cowboys, if that's okay. Can you talk about the game tonight? Is that possible? Can you talk about the game tonight?
And I love me some Arizona Cardinals tonight.
What?
I think they run crazy. I think that if you watched the Patriots play last week and you could actually put your hard-earned money down on that quarterback, give me the Cardinals.
Oh my God, are you serious right now?
You don't like the Cardinals?
I like the Cardinals tonight as well. I agree 100% with that.
I think there's too much speed on the field. I don't like the Patriots at all this year. They don't look good, especially on the road.
But the playoff picture is right there, dude. They got to get in, man.
Yeah.
If they win this game, they're in. If they beat the Cardinals, they're in that last playoff spot.
Give me the Cardinals.
You're just like, give me the Cardinals. I'm not even going to hear it. Okay. Oh, my God, dude. You wearing me out with that. Oh, you seriously are. Okay, NFL scores from yesterday. Vikings getting spanked
Yeah, did you
by the
take them out of your
Lions.
top 3 yet, or your top 5?
We're, tomorrow is our, remember we do it on Tuesday?
Man,
They got,
I mean,
I
if,
mean,
if
they
they
got,
don't come out of your top 10, I'm gonna be
they're going to be,
disappointed.
they're in my top 10, and they're not in my top 5.
Mm.
I mean, everybody gets blown out. Everybody gets, well, I don't know. Well, they were at Detroit. They were on the road. So, and it is a divisional game. But yeah, I'm not, yeah. Your Ravens and the Steelers. How about the
Loved it.
Steelers? Mitch Trubisky, how terrible is he? Oh my God.
Terrible.
He cost them the game, did he not, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's no question he
Yep.
cost them a W. If Kenny Pickett is in the
Yeah,
game, they beat the Ravens.
I was on the Ravens yesterday, so that was a W.
Yeah, but I'm just, you know what I'm saying, Drew? They beat the Ravens if Kenny Pickett's the quarterback. Now,
Probably. But hey, we talked about that Ravens backup quarterback. He's serviceable.
yeah, but this is the
He can
third
play.
team. This is the third team backup. The third team beat him. Anthony Brown.
Mm-hmm.
It was the third backup.
Yep.
It wasn't.
Yep.
The other one got knocked out, and he is a good backup. Browns, the Bengals. They beat the Browns, but it was close.
Yeah, that's the first time that
Joe Burrow.
beat the Browns.
Yep, first time. Yep. And then the Bills, 20-12 over the Jets. The Jets, dude, I'm gonna tell you, they're not bad, Drew. That defense, is it real or what?
Yeah, they're playing pretty well, and that was miserable conditions. I mean, rain to snow to snow to rain to sleet to snow
To
the whole game.
wind.
I tell you, you don't want to play Buffalo in January in the playoffs.
Well, the problem with Buffalo, though, Drew, in the playoffs in January, they can't run the ball. You have to be able to run the ball.
They're kind of going through a funk right now.
Yeah.
I look for them to get it together. They're too good. Josh Allen's too good.
Yeah, he is. But like I told people, Buffalo, I think they'd have a better chance to go into the Super Bowl playing on the road than at home because they don't have a run in the game, and you're going to have
Right.
and when there's no run, there's no wind. I mean, there's a bunch of wind and it's bad.
They're going to be playing in Kansas City if they're not playing.
Well, but that's easier for them. They're used to there. There won't be no big deal. But the whole thing is, I saw this thing is that if the Bengals get in, they'd have to play the Chargers. If they're the division champs, they'll have to play the Chargers the first round. What do you, Joe
Right.
Burrow against him?
Yeah, I like the Chargers, man. They're tough. They're tough out. You don't want to play them.
No, especially with everybody healthy. Man, they've got a nice little squad. There's no question about that. I agree with that 100%. Texans and those Cowboys. Go ahead. Floor is yours.
And I tell you, all the haters were out in full force with about 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Yes, they were.
I could. My phone was just binging. It literally rattled off the table. So many people calling me, telling me how we're terrible, and wait a second, we won again. Win's a win.
A win is a win is a win, and you'll have the way it's going right now.
98-yard drive to win the game. I mean, that's how you got to do it.
Yes, I agree 100%.
So I sent you. I just sent you a little deal. If the playoffs started today, Dallas would have to play Geno's Pizza in the first round.
Yeah, I was looking at that. The first two get a bye. The Seahawks, huh? San Francisco.
Yeah, Geno's Pizza.
San Francisco would spank the Vikings.
You think so? Even with Purdy?
Yeah, I do.
Because
that defense.
Now they're down their two best players. The running backs are down too.
Yo, he'll be back by then.
Oh no, he's done.
Who? No. They said he'd be back.
Debo?
First week of the playoffs.
Wow.
That's what they said.
Boy,
first week of the playoffs.
That looks a lot worse than that.
It was a high ankle sprain. That's it. That's bad though. I've had a high ankle sprain. It's a monster. Eagles, the Giants are just. You and I, what were they? The worst 5 and what'd you call them? The worst 7-2 team in the league. Didn't you call them that or something? 5-2 or whatever they were. They were terrible.
They're coming back to earth. They got exposed. Dallas exposed them on Thanksgiving Day, and then I don't think they've won a game since.
No, they're terrible. Jaguars, the Titans are just in a free fall. Why they got rid
Yeah.
of A.J. Brown, I know they didn't want to pay him that money, but that was just idiotic. Dude, you have no receivers. You have a running back. They can just key on him. You have nobody to throw the ball to. Your quarterback is average. It's just, yeah. Yeah. And how about your boy Trevor
And,
Lawrence?
and the Eagles, and I got to tell you, the Eagles look good yesterday.
They
They were
look
doing
real
whatever they
good.
wanted to.
Yep,
Yeah,
they
and
look
that's
good.
it. This is just building and building and building to Christmas Eve.
Yep, I agree. But the whole thing with this is the Eagles. To me, the problem with the Eagles is who. When it comes down to it, you ain't played really no tough games, and the ones you barely beat the Colts,
Yep.
and you barely win in close games. So, but you haven't played some in so a long time. So we'll see. Chiefs,
I mean,
Broncos. We
the
talked about.
thing is Dallas needs the Eagles to. I need them to lose a game.
Yeah, but they're
I
not
need
going.
them to lose to somebody. I just don't know who they're going to lose to.
Yeah, they have the Bears. They're going to kill the Bears. The Bears are terrible.
I mean, they're at Chicago.
The Bears
They're
are
at
terrible.
Chicago, at Dallas, New Orleans, and the Giants.
The New Orleans is the only game they could possibly win.
Philly.
Well, the only ones they could possibly lose is to the Saints because the Saints defense is ridiculous. Panthers, Seahawks, Geno's Pizza.
Yep.
Like I told you and Ben, Geno's is closed.
Geno's Pizza
Geno
is
closed, bro.
Closed.
It's closed, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all that. Y'all need to get over that. And
I love that. I love me some matchup right there to have Dallas and be on the. I'd much rather go on the road to Geno's Pizza than I would to San Fran.
Oh yeah, it would be
Minnesota
ugly. Oh
in the
yeah,
playoffs.
I agree 100. Niners, especially not the Vikings after what you did to them the last time. That's got revenge written all over it. Niners, oh man, Tom Brady looked old, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That might just push him into retirement.
I mean, he looked like he was 45. He was throwing. He was missing passes.
If you're the Saints sitting there now, are you just kicking yourself because you couldn't close the deal last weekend, or you'd be sitting in first place?
Like you said, Ingram, dude, get the first down. What are you doing?
Just one more step, dude. You weren't getting hit. One more step, ball game's over.
I think he thought he had to be past the first down line. He had to be. You got the Dolphins and the Chargers.
Yeah, it was a great game. I was on the Chargers last night. I thought the wrong team was favored. I'm not a big believer in the Dolphins.
No, I'm not either.
I haven't been all. They're good, but they're not. They're not that. They're not an elite team, and to be a 3.5-point favorite at the Chargers.
Yeah, you and I, we talked about that too. But when they got on the road, these games they had to go to the Chargers. They had to go to San Francisco. Then we're going to see what
they're going to be at Green Bay. Maybe you're going to come through, see if they can win at Green Bay in December.
Yeah,
I don't think they will.
They're a summer team, and Tua's just not it. Can you believe that they took him instead of Justin Herbert?
No, he didn't look good last night at all.
He was the one they took. He was number 4, and Herbert was 5.
Yeah.
So they could have. The Dolphins could have had Herbert. Can you imagine him throwing to Tyreek Hill and Waddle on them? I bet you don't underthrow them.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I bet
and another little tidbit here. How is it that the Chiefs get rid of Tyreek Hill, but then find a guy that looks just like him, wears the same number, runs just like him?
Yeah.
His name's Pacheco.
Pacheco. Well, he don't.
Are we sure that's not really Tyreek Hill? Because it sure looks like him.
Yeah, it does, but that's not Tyreek. He's not. You know how we know it's not Tyreek? When he hits the hole, he ain't gone.
Yeah.
That's how we know it ain't Tyreek.
He looks just like him.
He does, but when he hits that hole, Drew, he ain't Tyreek. He ain't gone. Am I right about that?
You are right.
But it's just so funny. I look at that and I'm just going, "Oh my God, oh my God." Now, Drew.
So did you watch Dallas play yesterday?
Yep, I did.
I mean, they did everything in their power to give that game away. I mean, Prescott looked terrible yesterday. Terrible.
Dude, he's thrown more interceptions. He's thrown 5 interceptions.
He should have.
No, I'm just saying he's thrown 5.
If it wasn't for 21, they're done. I mean, Elliott played his ass off yesterday.
Dude, if it wasn't for the defense on the goal line stand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And Parsons was MIA yesterday.
Well, they did.
And Diggs, you get what you get with Diggs. He's either gonna pick it off or he's gonna get burned.
He's feast or famine.
He is. I mean, he goes after those interceptions, but if he misses it, it's a big play going the other way.
I tell you what, I watched Dallas yesterday. And Drew, I'm sorry, Prescott, dude. He just walks through. He
No.
bounces around like he's got his chest
Uh,
all out, like I'm the man, and he dresses really nice. It's like, okay, do you see the other quarterbacks who are way better than you? They don't dress in
yeah.
suits and after games. They got t-shirts on. They're comfortable. You're in a suit, looking all clean, talking about,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to take care of the ball better. Yeah, I don't know whose interceptions were yours worse. Yours or Patrick Mahomes' interceptions were worse.
Well, the one where they had a third and 8 right there in the fourth quarter, like 8 minutes left, and he's outside the pocket. He could have ran for 15 yards, and he throws a pick. And I'm just like, dude, you have got to run. I mean, I know he doesn't want to run because I think he's still scared from the leg injury.
I think so
I
too.
just think he's never going to get over that, and he just doesn't want to do it. I mean, maybe they've told him not to. Who knows?
Well, he's gonna have to, Drew.
He's gonna have to in the playoffs because people are gonna lock him up. I was glad to see James Washington back on the field yesterday, even though he didn't catch a ball, but at least he's out there. He could be a decoy of some sort.
Yeah, and there was no CD sighting yesterday either.
But nothing. And that's another one of my wide receivers on my fantasy team, CeeDee Lamb. He didn't catch a ball. I think he caught 2.
I'm just not a Dak fan. I just don't think he'd answer.
I'm a Dak fan for $20 million. I'm not a Dak fan for $40 million.
Well, that's Jerry's fault. Jerry should have paid him, because I was talking about that. I said, dude, just go on and pay. He's Carson Wentz and he's Jared, and just go on and pay him. Just pay him now. What are you waiting on?
Yeah, cost himself what, $10 million a year?
Oh yeah, at least because now he's coming up for extension, and you're like, yeah, I'm not paying you 50.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna be paying $50 million next year.
I'll be really, really surprised if Dallas doesn't draft a quarterback in the next 2 years.
Well,
I'll be really surprised.
Well, the problem is they're not going to be good enough to draft anybody that's not good.
Right. They're going to have to find him a little gym, or figure out a way to trade up or make a trade. Because I think there's going to be some trade value with their backup from this year after the way he played. I think they're going to have a hard time keeping him in the offseason. Somebody's going to come grab him because he's serviceable.
Dude, all I know is that your boy Dak, man, he's just Dak. When I saw that one stat that when he's asked to throw 35 times or more, he's like 16 and something or whatever, 16 and 30 something. It was just terrible. I'm like, wow, really that bad? That's bad. So.
Yep. And the other stat where it said when Elliott runs the ball 15 times or more, they're undefeated this year.
Yeah, something stupid.
I mean, yeah,
dude,
it's just like sometimes they just can't get out. I mean, they come out yesterday, went right down the field, running the football, bang, 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 touchdown, and then for the next 2.5 quarters, decided to throw the ball 40 times.
I don't understand it. I mean, but
I don't either.
Maybe that's
Kellen Moore to me. Kellen Moore to me is not a great offensive coordinator. I mean, if he's and they love him. He might be the next head coach there.
Well, that's because they just like Jason Watt. I mean, what's his name? What was your 8-8 guy?
Yep.
Mr. 8-8. What was his name? The coordinator before, and then coach
Jason
Garrett. Jason Garrett.
Garrett, yeah.
Just like him, 8-8. Jerry likes his boys, and when he like them, And I'm like, dude, I can promise you, his son will not be. His son is looking like, okay, we ain't doing none of this. When Dad backs out, you gone. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think? You think if let's say Dallas wins the Super Bowl this year, you think Jerry steps down?
No.
No.
Because he likes being on the air. He likes the TV. He's the only owner you interview after every game.
His radio show on Tuesday is pretty funny. If you get a chance to listen.
I don't listen. I'm on there. I don't give a shit. I won't listen to it. I don't care. I do not care at all. So, all right, bro, you gonna be on tomorrow?
5. What's that?
You gonna be on tomorrow?
I am. What we gonna do tomorrow?
Well, I'm gonna be at the barbecue place.
Oh man, what time? I can't get through there. Let me see what time I can get on.
Just
tomorrow.
have your lunch. Just have them.
I'm gonna have to call you with a guest picker tomorrow. It might be a little surprise.
I'm scared about that. I don't even want to know. Hey, that reminds me. I got to get with our boy Gary. Is he there? Is he in the shop this week? You know what his schedule?
He is in the shop.
Yeah,
He was at the house yesterday. By the way, you missed a hell of a brunch yesterday. Mama hooked it up.
Dude, I got to work. I can't.
Gravy's
I can't do that on Sundays, man. I'm at the gym until 2.
We had the Bloody Mary bar, biscuits
Oh
and
man.
gravies, the eggs, the champagne rolling.
Oh man,
It
that
almost
sounds.
got ruined, and the Cowboys got beat by the Texans. I mean, we thought we were safe. We thought it's like scheduling Kansas for homecoming. I mean, we thought we were safe.
You're
And
bad,
then
bro.
all of a sudden, it's 3 minutes left, and we're losing. My whole weekend's about to get ruined.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, bro. Well, anyway, I'll hit you up in the morning and send me your pics, and we'll have everything ready. And we'll be at the barbecue place.
HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
That's my boy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He is my dude, and appreciate him. He's been on fire with this. Hey, Drew.
Yes, sir.
We didn't do your picks.
All right, let's get to them real
Yeah,
quick.
we got Creighton in Arizona. Over 142 is what you got.
Yeah, Creighton and Arizona State both get up and down the floor. I don't know if you got a chance to catch any of that Creighton BYU game Saturday night.
No, I didn't. But
that
Creighton
game,
is now out of the top 25.
Yeah, they are, but they can still go.
Yep.
That's why I didn't take them to cover. They can still. They're gonna be an up and down team all year long. They'll either kill you, but they're gonna score points.
Yep. And then you got the Heat -3.
Like the Heat -3, they're a better defensive team than the Pacers. They should be able to get up into the Pacers jump shooters, and three to me is not long enough. I think the Heat should cover that.
Yep, and then you've got the Mavs. You took the Mavs over the Thunder tonight, -8.
I just think it's a bad spot for Oklahoma City. Dallas coming off 2 straight losses and a blowout loss at Chicago, coming home, trying to get healthy. I look for Luka to go off tonight. I just don't think OKC's got the horses to play with Dallas if they play well. But if they play like they did Saturday night, OKC could be in it to the end.
I agree. Nets, Wizards, over 227. You said you took it over.
Look for KD and Kyrie to go off tonight, 30 apiece. Look for that game to get. Nets don't play a whole lot of defense, but the Wizards can score with Beal. I look for that to be a shootout.
Yep.
226, probably not going to be enough. I like the over.
And then plus on top of that, you got KD coming home, back to DC, so that matters.
You know he's going to come out firing.
Hawks and Grizz over 228.
Yeah, we touched on that a little bit early. Mm-hmm. I think the 8's way too many in that game, so I'll stay away from that. But with Ja and our boy
Trey,
I look for them to go at it tonight and quite a few points to be scored.
Yep. And then last but not least, you got those Cardinals taking that 1.5. Are you taking one?
Love the card.
You taking one or 1.5?
I think that line is moved. Let me tell you real quick what that line's sitting at right now. I think a lot of people, the general public, as in myself, jumped on Arizona yesterday when they saw that come out.
Yeah, because I thought it was 1.
Yeah, it's moved a little today. I looked at it earlier. Let's see here. You got the Cardinal plus 2.5 now.
Oh, it's 2.5.
Yeah. So you got late money coming in on the Patriots.
Wow.
So a smart guy would buy that up.
Buy that right now. Yeah, buy that. I'd say, but 2.5 is a lot of damn points, but we'll see. We'll see how that works.
Unless Cardinals got somebody out. That's the only thing.
And plus we're gonna see how well the coach and the quarterback get along tonight. So we'll see how that works.
Yep.
All right,
do something.
All right, my brother. Well, I hit you up. I'll be doing the show at Cass tonight for the Thunder game. After the Thunder game, so I'll be there doing the after game. So working on our stuff.
Sounds good.
All right, bro. Later. My guy Drew Henthorne of HuskerDrewPicks.com doing his thing. If you're not go to his website, man. Get those picks and make some money. Because he has been on fire, and I think he's at 60-something%, almost 70% of his wins. So I'd say go hook up with my boy, drop his picks, make some cash. That being said, everybody try to stay warm out there because it's going to be chilly this week. So everybody be